If you can't make it to Ireland, there is still a way that you can experience the culture, the music, and even some great crack without a passport. Hi, I am absolutely delighted to have you joining me here again on the Traveling in Ireland podcast. And while today's topic doesn't actually involve traveling to Ireland, before we dig into it, I do want to introduce you to a friend of mine on the west coast of County Clare. If you haven't had a chance to meet my friend Ollie in episodes 120 or 162, he is the owner of olliestours.com. And today, I'm just going to give you a brief introduction to him as he invites you on a couple of his famous tours.
So we specialise in the Aran Islands and the Cliffs of Moher. Both of these experiences start from Doolin, a small little village on the west coast, or Galway, a larger city on the west coast. So the first one is the Aran Islands. If the Aran Islands are not on your bucket list, get them on quick. They are absolutely phenomenal. Trust me, it's like going to a time machine. The horse, the carts, the old traditions, the stone walls, the landscape, it is phenomenal. There are 3 Aran Islands: Inishmore, Inishman, and Inisheer. We go to Inisheer mainly because it's my favourite. It's a shorter boat ride and it's just loads of fun. We don't have the cookie cutter experience. We bring you all the way there. We're with you the entire time. We do a bike tour or a pony and trap tour, whatever you kind of like. And we also introduce you to some locals for some tea, coffee, and scones. If you like, you can also add on a Cliffs of Moher cruise on the way home. So you can get the Aran Islands and the Cliffs of Moher in one foul swoop. If you don't want to see the Aran Islands at all, you just want to go to the Cliffs of Moher, we offer a really fun experience. 5-mile hike from Doolin all the way to the top of the Cliffs of Moher. Views seen by less than 3% of people. If you want to book, Jodie will give you the details, but we offer public and private tours. Woo!
I've done the Cliffs of Moher tour with Ollie. It is so much fun and so informational. If you want to learn more about Ollie's tours, visit IrelandFamilyVacations.com/Ollie, OLLIE.
By the way, this is my first podcast ad, so it would be really appreciated if you did look up that. Woohoo!
If you haven't already guessed, today's topic is Irish festivals, and there's a really good reason why I'm talking about this today. Next weekend, I will be live at the Iowa Irish Fest. It's the first weekend of August, and I am speaking on Saturday, August 3rd, and Sunday, August 4th. I will be in the tour and travel workshop area. On Saturday, I'll be talking about solo women's travel, and on Sunday, it will be all about crafting your Irish adventure. The best thing about this portion of the Irish Fest is that it is in an air-conditioned building, so if it's sweltering hot like we usually get about that time of the year here in the Midwest, it's air conditioned. So it's a great spot to escape the summer heat. And I'm also going to be chatting with other Irish Fest speakers and performers and plan to bring at least a couple live from Iowa Irish Fest episodes kind of as a bonus next weekend. So even if you can't make it, check out the podcast app because there's likely to be a couple of bonus episodes for you to tune into. So if you have never attended an Irish festival, it is really a great place to get the music and the banter. There's tasty food, loads and loads of fun, super family friendly. And even though you're not in Ireland, it is literally the closest you can get without a passport. If you visit the show notes, you're going to find a link to help you find an Irish festival near you. And at all Irish festivals, or I should say most, I haven't been to all, but at most Irish festivals, you're also going to find travel and tourism information. And if the Irish festival is large enough, there will actually be people there from Ireland to talk to you about their home counties or their tourism offerings, and that's always fun to do. So what can you expect when you visit an Irish festival? You're going to find culture, Heritage, amazing bands. They bring in bands from Ireland. You may even, if it's a Celtic festival, you may get some Scottish bands as well. Just really great fun. You're going to find some wonderful shops with artisan items. There's authentic and then some not so authentic Irish food. Probably one of the funnest is like the Irish nachos. So it's like your like waffle fries or potato chips, and then usually corned beef and sauerkraut and things like that. But it's all in good fun with that. And you're going to learn a fair bit about Irish history and culture. There is always a cultural area and usually a kids area that features culture as well. So it's a great way to learn about Ireland in a fun environment. You're also probably going to find genealogy, storytelling in Irish language, and fun spots for kids with crafts and games and maybe some kids stages. So always a good time to be had, especially for families. Now, if you are deciding to visit an Irish festival, but you're not sure which one you want to go to, always start by looking at their website. You can see that some Irish festivals are absolutely huge. Milwaukee Irish Fest, which I have been to quite a few times, is billed as the largest Irish festival in the world. It is absolutely massive, and I've tried multiple times to see it all in a weekend, and it's absolutely impossible. Others are really small. There's one outside of Kansas City, Missouri, called the Weston Irish Fest, and that one feels like a village festival. It really is. It's just small and quaint and so much fun. So what you're going to do is, after you decide which festival you're going to go to, likely it's one that's near you, although I will say the Milwaukee Irish Festival, the Kansas City Irish Festival, both very large and well worth a road trip or even a fly-in if you're really interested. You're going to look at what is going on, and I usually start with the bands because there will usually be multiple stages, and you may find that the bands you want to see, are on stages at the same time. So it's kind of like saying, okay, this one's playing on Friday at 7, and this one, oh, it's the same time at a different stage, but then they're playing again on Saturday. So I always start with the bands to figure out who I want to see and fit it into my schedule. And then I plan around those. I look at the workshops. If there's a genealogy workshop, I usually pop into that. I'll pop into Irish language workshops. And then if there is a travel section, I always visit that because I'd love to see if there's anything new that I haven't heard about yet. The thing that you have to keep in mind is you're probably not going to experience all of it. You may not even get to everything that you want to see and do. So knowing what's important to you to kind of take out of the festival is good to keep in mind. You want to always remember to wear comfortable shoes. Take along a bag that you won't mind carrying all day, usually a hat and some sunscreen and a water bottle because you need to stay hydrated as well. When you're thinking about staying at an Irish festival, you want to arrange your accommodations in advance. The festivals will attract thousands of people. Even the small ones will get some great crowds in. Often you're going to find that the festival has an arrangement with the local hotels, so be sure to check the official website for that. And the great thing about the host hotel is that the bands are usually there too. So you may catch a session at the hotel bar after the festival closes for the evening. So that's always kind of fun if you can get in on that. And then a final tip for Irish festivals. Many of them don't begin until the late morning. Now you will find some that will begin at 9 a.m., 10 a.m., but a lot of them won't really get rolling until the later morning. And they'll run until midnight, sometimes later. So make sure that the accommodation you choose is someplace that you can actually relax before or after the fun. We have an RV, so we'll usually try to find a campground, and that makes it fun. But also Airbnbs. We've actually at Milwaukee Irish Fest a few years ago, we rented an Airbnb that was on a boat, and we were able to walk because it was in walking distance. But that was a really unique experience. So keep in mind a kind of accommodation where you're not cramped into a room and you can actually relax before you head out and enjoy the fun. If you have a favorite Irish festival, I would love to hear about it. I am actually hoping to take the podcast on the road, if you will, and maybe speak at more Irish festivals in the future. So if you have one that you really, really love, I would love to know about it. You can always email me, Jody, Jody, at IrelandFamilyVacations.com. You can also find me on Facebook and Instagram at Ireland Family Vacations. So always feel free to message me at either of those places. I love to talk to people who are enjoying the podcast and planning their Ireland vacation. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. I know it was a bit of a departure from what I usually talk about, so I truly, truly appreciate you. And until next time, slán go fóill.